Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. We are about to dive into Kandi and the Gang Season 1, Episode 3, Recap with D. If you have not been watching the show, full disclaimer, this is a spoiler alert, but if you have been keeping up with Kandi and the Gang, then you know Episode 3 was explosive and very much needed. So let's get right into it. Continuing on from the conversation Philip and Torin had, first and foremost, I am glad Torin reacted the way that he did, because he is really the only one that let Philip have his own ass back on a silver platter, tenderized and caramelized. Brian clapped back a little bit, but he really turned it into more of a joke, because that's just how his character is. He tries to lighten the mood with everything, but Torin was not there to play with Miss Phillips, okay? Kandi wrote Philip off as if he's just no nonsense, very stern, and Torin off as just chipper and bright. Bullshit, Kandi. That has nothing to do with it. Philip is just a nasty creature, and when he sat down to have a conversation with Don Juan and called Torin Big Bird, that was very disrespectful. That's not leadership, little lady. He also said, he mentioned something about Torin coming in real strong. You damn right he did. You damn right he did. What's wrong, Philip? Did you notice that his muscle might be bigger than yours? Anyway, moving on. Patrick and his renovations. I really don't like talking about Patrick, but he called the right person in, Torin, with his tool belt. I died. I love Torin. He proved even more that he's about his business and he is about his money, honey. He is a real man. He's coming with the table and everything on it, because he built the damn table. Okay, Bob the Builder? Yes, Torin. Anyway, like I said, I don't like talking about Patrick, so we're just going to move on from that whole scene, whatever. I'm glad that they, have Brian on the show. I really like Brian, like I really do. Like, I'm a strong advocate for Brian. He is a joy to my soul. He, he's still keeping the customers entertained with his jokes, keeping Philip on his toes and his toupee moist. I still want him to take it off, but he keeps it wavy, so I can dig it. Anyway, they shed more light on his past and the things that he's gone through. I love how he was able to overcome. There's a lot of people that went down that dark path, and some of whom I know personally and are still struggling to come back out. So seeing Brian and seeing his story, I love his story. I really do appreciate the fact that he put that out there. He's open about it. He's healing from it. I like Brian. He honestly, in my eyes, he can't do no wrong. He can't. I do want to see more of him. I do hope that they come out with a season 2 and that he is in it. He deserves his flowers. I hate how they treated him in this episode though, but we'll get more into that. Anyway, I want to get into Brandon. Brandon is a terrible manager. He's sitting around texting, eating, licking his big nasty lips. Brandon's idea of a manager is absolutely wrong. He thinks that a manager just sits around, do nothing, and just oversee like he's some king of the damn jungle. No, baby, you might look like a bald head Mufasa, but you're no king. You're giving me more Rafiki. Anyway, that kitchen, that was disgusting. When they were waiting for Dominique to come, she was late to work or whatever. That was absolutely disgusting. I hate how, like, in the beginning of the show, they try to make it seem like Chandrika was always late. But the one time they showed Chandrika being late, she was actually right on the target and got right to work. But it's coming out that Dom is really the one that's late all the time. Now, when Dominique came in and saw the kitchen, honey, if it was me, I would have walked in and I would have walked right back out, because I'm not that girl. Like Dominique said, though, it shouldn't look like that whether she's in there or not. Like I think that I mentioned it before, but if I didn't, I've never been to OLG, and watching this was enough for me. I'm not going to waste my time. I love Kandi, love the show, love the old lady gang, but nothing can convince me that I personally will have a good experience visiting OLG. No shade, but all shade. Fix it. Okay, Kandi, fix it. Now, the way Philip approached Brandon about his managerial behavior and procedures, I think that it was a lot more respectful than any other interactions he's had. I haven't seen Philip approach anybody that respectful, for that matter. So that lets me know Philip knows how to approach people. He knows how to talk to people, but it just takes for it to be that right person. I think that he talks crazy to people that he feels is inferior to him. And I think that's really what it is. And I feel like he thinks everybody there is inferior to him. But at the same time, you know, Brandon is a tall dude. You know, he ain't short and small like everybody else, so you can't just approach him a certain way. So I get it, Philip. You played your cards right on that one. Anyway, moving on. Still on Brandon. Dominique. I don't like how, you know, I don't see how they think they keeping their relationship on the low, blah blah blah. Do it for the camera, I guess, whatever. But I still don't like the situation. It just looks cringy. It just looks bad. And Brandon is not a bad looking guy, like I said about Patrick. You know, not bad looking, just not the guy. But anyway, I'm not gonna keep diving into that. That'll be my last time referencing these two relationship. Moving on. Chandrika and Patrick. I cannot believe they used to date. It makes me gag a little bit. But I'm glad to see she got her a new season for a man. June July seems like a nice guy, you know, for the most part. Okay, nice upgrade. Patrick and his situation with his girlfriend, Safari. Safari is a beautiful woman. I hate that Patrick compares her to all the women in his family. That's weird. That's always a red flag. But I get it. Oh, well. He went to, you know, her business or whatever to do, you know, the little lipo stuff, I guess, burn the fat. Did y'all see them bumps on his... Anyway, never mind. Moving on. I think that little relationship with Patrick and Safari, I think it's fake. It seemed like, you know, he really rushed in for a hug and she really wasn't expecting it. It looked like the kiss was very unnatural. She acted like she really didn't want to kiss him. Maybe she's a paid actress. Who knows? Whatever. Anyway, moving on to Kandi and Old Lady Gang swimming lessons. That was my favorite scene. Aunt Bertha is... she's my favorite. I don't know if I mentioned that before, but she is my favorite of the OLG. She was not with the bullshit. Anyway, they were working out, having a little session. The fact that that whole workout ended with them eating unhealthy food. What was the point? But it is what it is. I love them. And I do want to touch on the fact of how they mentioned Philip. Aunt Bertha is my favorite, and now she's even more of my favorite. That confirmed it, because she does not like Philip. That did it for me, because I don't like him either. Prime example, you know, the situation with Brandon, Brian, and Philip, where Brandon and Brian was having the issue of sitting at the bar, and Brandon didn't like the way Brian responded to him, so he brought Philip into the situation. I think Philip has a problem controlling his emotions when they were all sitting at the table with Don Juan, trying to hash the situation out. Philip is very aggressive. He's very aggressive, and I get that. Brian, he comes back, snippy, snappy, but Philip he's like Don Juan said, he's getting into it with everybody, and that's a telltale sign. He is bad management, and I really don't understand why he's there. He has gotten into like what, 3 or 4, this like maybe the 3rd or 4th altercation so far. Get rid of him. Anyway, moving on. I did not know Brian and Torrin used to date. And I missed the part when Brian stretched out the fur as a metaphor for Torrin. Now, remember when Philip said he came in real strong? Remember that? Anyway, that's my review on Kandi and the Gang Season 1, Episode 3. Overall, Kandi needs new management. Point blank, period. But I do love the show. I'm going to continue to watch. I hope you guys are caught up on it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you all in the next video.